Well, when it comes to jobs in this country, whether it's the economy today or the technology-filled future, there's a lot of questions about whether we have enough people employed in the area of skilled trades. Our next guest focuses firmly on this subject. Ralph Cerasuolo is the founder and CEO at Skilled Trades College and joins us here in studio. Good to have you with us.
Good morning.
We're talking all the time about the jobs market, but just on this subject of the shortage of skilled trades right now, what do the numbers look like from where you sit?
The numbers are staggering, actually. Across North America, for every 7 tradespeople that leave the space, it's replaced with 1. So it's getting worse and worse, and there's challenges with that.
And what are some of the solutions? Obviously, right now we've got some interesting dialogues taking place. We've got a new federal government that is talking about nation building. I would assume that skilled trades play a large part in that. We got a separate conversation around technology and how AI is going to disrupt a lot of industries. And oftentimes people say, well, maybe not in skilled trades as fast as white collar, and yet we still have the shortage. Anyway, walk us through what you're thinking about on that front.
Well, thankfully, the AI front, right now, it's not going to affect the skilled trades. But of course, down the road, who knows? But regardless, it's great to see that the government's come forward and they've responded to the need. A little late, unfortunately. It's been going on for probably 35, 40 years where this started to become a problem. And, but the good thing is it's a hot topic right now. And, you can see that the government's ponied up with a lot of dollars and there's a lot of awareness bringing forward.
And so how should that be reframing the question that even families are having about where people should be aspiring to work? Because it feels like for the first time in a long time, we're actually talking about the value of the skilled worker in this country.
Yeah, 20, 30 years ago, the message was, encourage your kids to go to university. So currently, most kids have that option in mind, and 70% of post-secondary choices are university, and the message should be changed, and it is changing, thankfully, that skilled trades are a viable career path, and let's face it, not everybody's destined to be a university graduate. Skilled trades are a very important part of our economy and driving force of everything that we do.
And probably, also a part of the entrepreneurial spirit of the country as well, right? Mm-hmm. You have those skills. You might be working for somebody else. You might be running your own operation, or maybe you're taking those skills and building an operation as well, which we do need some building in this country.
Yeah, that's a great point. There's a new type of idea. The next generation of millionaires are in the skilled trades because of its ease to get into your own space, into your own business. The next generation, they're calling them the tool belt generation for obvious reasons, because they see the opportunity. They see that AI has become a force and is going to replace a lot of the jobs.
So let's just talk about what one has to do to become ready to enter these fields, even if they're thinking more about the skilled trades but don't necessarily know which avenue to take or what it all entails. To a certain extent, that's where you come in. What are some of the things that you have to be thinking about or learning about to jump into any skilled trade?
Well, the first thing is, I always say, I have 3 kids of my own. I always encourage parents and young people to just, consider their options. Obviously, you got to do what you like to do. You got to love what you do. Working with your hands is certainly a great option, but not for everybody. If you are one of those people that love to get into skilled trades or working with your hands in any capacity, you have to prepare yourself for the workforce. And what we do is exactly that. Our program is a pre-apprenticeship program that prepares the individual for that that space. And if anything, it exposes them to the pros and cons of it. So maybe it isn't their first choice, but at least they know what they're up against before they start in the job.
Yeah, and then I guess in terms of Canada being able to grow for the future, what's the time frame, do you think, for trying to fill that gap? I mean, how many people realistically can Canada get into the skilled trades? But if there is an ability to do so at a reasonable rate, you know, what could that allow for the economy to do longer term, do you think?
You know, there's a shortage right now. It has been present for a long time, like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
You know, currently there's over 350 vacant jobs available. Although our economy is a little soft right now, we had a 17-year run with construction where things just went up and up and up, and
right.
and you can see the cost of homes where they've gone over the last 17 years. Certainly, you know, there's ebbs and flows in every market, but there's jobs. There are 350,000 unanswered jobs, and they're growing every year.